In the village of Olongashai lived a young man named Obondo. He was always bumping into things and spilling his food. He tried to talk to girls, but he always said the wrong thing. He thought he would never find love. Then, one day at the market, he saw her. She was beautiful, like a sunset. When he saw her, he tripped over a goat and fell in the mud. He wanted to give her a nice mango, but he just stuttered and apologized. Everyone in the village laughed. Obondo felt so embarrassed that he didn't want to go to the market again, but he couldn't forget her smile. It was like a little bit of sunshine in his life. Life in Olongashai went on, but Obondo couldn't stop thinking about the beautiful lady from the market. He tried to avoid the market, but he kept seeing her face everywhere. He even started trying to be more careful, less clumsy. He practiced walking without tripping, and he even managed to carry a full jug of water without spilling a single drop. He was feeling proud of himself. Then, one afternoon, he was cooking sukuma wiki for dinner. Sukuma wiki is a delicious green vegetable dish. While he was chopping the sukuma wiki, he started thinking about the lady again. He imagined her laughing, her eyes sparkling like the stars. He was so lost in thought that he didn't see the knife. Suddenly, "Ouch!" he cried, jumping back. He had accidentally cut his finger. He dropped the knife with a loud clatter. His mother, startled, rushed into the kitchen. "Obondo!" she exclaimed. "What happened? You're always so clumsy." Just then, a lady with a bright smile and a loud laugh walked past the window. Obondo forgot all about his hurt finger. He stared at the lady, his heart beating fast. "Obondo!" His mother's voice brought him back to reality. "Look at your finger, it's bleeding." Obondo looked at his finger, which was now dripping blood. He felt silly and embarrassed. He had been so distracted that he had hurt himself. He sighed. "I guess I still have a lot to learn," he mumbled to himself. Obondo's mother sighed, shaking her head. "This is why you need to find a wife, Obondo," she said. "A good wife will cook for you, keep the house clean, and make sure you don't hurt yourself with knives." Obondo groaned. "Mother," he protested, "I'm not ready to get married." His mother chuckled. "Nonsense, you're getting older. It's time to find a good woman to take care of you." Obondo tried to imagine himself married. He pictured himself tripping over his own feet while trying to propose, spilling his tea on his future wife's lap, and generally making a complete fool of himself. The thought made him shudder. "But mother," he argued, "what if I can't find a wife? What if no woman wants to marry a clumsy oaf like me?" His mother smiled knowingly. "Don't worry, my son," she said. "There's a woman out there for everyone. You just have to find her." Obondo wasn't so sure. He looked at his bandaged finger and then at the scattered sukuma wiki leaves on the floor. He had a long way to go before he was ready for marriage, but his mother's words lingered in his mind. Maybe, just maybe, there was hope for him yet. Obondo, despite his initial trepidation, decided to take his mother's advice. He would go to the market again, this time with a plan. He would approach the beautiful lady, offer her a sincere apology for his previous clumsiness, and maybe, just maybe, strike up a conversation. He practiced his speech in front of the mirror, trying to sound confident and charming. The day of the market arrived, and Obondo, armed with his newfound confidence and a bouquet of the freshest flowers, set off. He walked through the bustling market, his eyes scanning the crowd for the familiar glint of her eyes. He spotted her. She was laughing, her face lit up with joy, talking to a group of friends. Obondo took a deep breath, mustered all his courage, and started walking towards her. He was almost there, about to deliver his carefully rehearsed speech, when disaster struck. A man, eyes wild and hair dishevelled, ran through the market, screaming at the top of his lungs. In a desperate attempt to avoid the madmen, Obondo stumbled, sending his bouquet of flowers flying. He landed with a thud right in the middle of a stall overflowing with ripe tomatoes. The tomatoes, ripe and juicy, burst open under his weight, splattering him from head to toe. The madman, oblivious to the chaos he had caused, continued his mad dash through the market. Obondo, covered in tomato juice and thoroughly humiliated, could only stare in disbelief. His carefully laid plans had once again been foiled by his own misfortune. Obondo slunk back to the village, feeling like a tomato-splattered, love-cursed fool. "This is ridiculous," he grumbled. "There has to be an explanation for this. Some evil spirit, some mischievous goblin is clearly toying with my love life." Determined to break this curse, Obondo decided to seek the wisdom of a renowned witch doctor, a woman rumoured to be able to talk to spirits and cure even the most stubborn ailments. He carefully selected the finest goat's milk and the sweetest honey as an offering, hoping to appease the spirits and gain insight into his misfortunes. He trekked through the dense forest, his heart pounding with a mixture of fear and anticipation. Finally, he reached the witch doctor's hut, a small, mud-walled structure that seemed to whisper secrets in the rustling leaves. He knocked timidly, his knuckles white. The door creaked open, casting a long, eerie shadow. Obondo braced himself. The witch doctor, he imagined, would be a withered old woman with piercing eyes and a voice that could shake the very foundations of the earth. But instead of the fearsome figure he had envisioned, he saw Emzy. Emzy, his old classmate from school. The same Emzy who had famously failed every single subject, the same Emzy who was once known as Emzy the Forgetful for his uncanny ability to misplace his own lunchbox. Emzy, the boy who once tried to build a kite out of banana leaves and ended up setting the school roof on fire. Emzy the witch doctor. Emzy, sporting a bone through his nose and a string of animal teeth around his neck, tried to look intimidating. "Speak, young man," he intoned, his voice a surprisingly deep baritone. "What troubles your heart?" Obondo, speechless, could only stare at his former classmate, who now resembled a scarecrow that had been attacked by a jewelry store. He tried to imagine Emzy performing a powerful spell, but all he could picture was Emzy accidentally dropping a vial of potent potion, turning himself into a frog. Obondo stammered. I think I'm cursed, Emzy. In love." Emzy, with a perfectly straight face, nodded gravely. "Ah, the curse of the unrequited love. A most vexing affliction." Obondo, despite himself, felt a flicker of doubt. Was Mzee really a witch doctor? Or was this an elaborate prank? I had so much fun making this video, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you're looking for more African folktale, please consider subscribing to my channel. It really helps me create more awesome content for you all. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know as soon as I upload a new video. Thanks for watching.